My name is Arzu, and I have been at the New Beginnings about a year and a half. We started dating, and 4 months later, I got pregnant. And everything went downhill, but everything went downhill slowly for me to have a little hope that things would work. When I met him, he already had signs that he was a little too aggressive. Demir was like a couple weeks old. We were home. I was on leave for about 6 weeks. I had a C-section, but I had no family member to help me, so it was really hard. It was something shameful for them to deal with a daughter that goes to America and have a child with somebody and she's not married. So I, I was not going to tell them. I was tired trying to recover, take care of him, while I was having difficulties with his father because he was abusive mentally, verbally, and having a child didn't help. I thought it would help, but it made it worse because it added more responsibilities and more expenses to our life. So I was really struggling. And I already grew up in an abusive family environment, and I kept telling myself, do I want to put my child through what I went through? I had postpartum too. And I think one of the reasons I had postpartum depression is because of his behaviors towards me. And I would take naps in the car so I wouldn't have to go home. And we would fight sometimes, and I would just sleep in the car because I just couldn't take it. His screams, his fights, his insults. I met my mentors, Keith and Mary Clotter, at a restaurant I was working before I had Demir. And they kept inviting me to the church. So I eventually started going. And I would go and they would show me and Demir so much love. They were so welcoming, everybody at the church, not just them. And then one day at the church, there was a lady, her name is Christy. She took out this pamphlet of the New Beginnings and she said, hey, there's a program in Cape Coral and they help single moms. Why don't you look into it? Demir's father went on and on and on for 10 minutes one morning, and I said, I can't take this any longer. I contacted the New Beginnings. I came here, so I was like from one unknown to another unknown. I had a lot of anxiety. I thought everybody was gonna fight with me or yell at me, but they didn't yell at me. They didn't get mad at me. They nicely taught me the things that I should have learned. I didn't have this in my family. I didn't have this, in relationships. So it was new, but it made me feel so safe. I want two main things, I want to have this strong faith where I know when I leave this place, things will be okay no matter what, because, I put God first. And the second thing is get my education done, keep working on myself as a person, as a mom, because I know that I'm not complete. I know that I have work to do, but I'm open. So as long as I stay open while I'm at the New Beginnings, I know that I will see more changes in myself, and I'm happy.
My name's Janice Alvarado. I've been at the New Beginnings for 7 months now. It's kind of like when you're young and you're in that rebellious phase and you think that you're making the right choice, but you're too stubborn to actually realize it till you really get into a situation where life is hitting you. And I think that point hit when I had my kids. I was going from my mom's to my kid's dad's house. In all honesty, I'm the product of statistic in the world where what happens when you put your kid in a domestic violence relationship. And the fact that I started realizing after I had my kids, I was pretty much putting them in my footsteps. My life was just spiraling down. I have not one but 2 kids now to support. What do I need to do? How do I need my life different? Started realizing I need a change. Actually, I had separated from my kid's father. It was just a lot of bad situations one after another. The situation was getting too toxic to where it was affecting my children. My parents were trying to help me as much as they could, but even being fortunate to have family there's only so much that they can do. So my father lives in Cape, and him and his wife found the New Beginnings. It was kind of like crazy at first. There was no other program like this. It's kind of like one of those, like, it's too good to be true. So I did the process to try to apply. You know, at first, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I was ready for it. No, I was being very stubborn and very immature of wanting to, no, I can't follow rules. This is crazy. Like, what's the catch-22? The catch-22 is that I have 2 kids. That's what's the catch-22. What are you willing to sacrifice for your children? You know, we learn not just with parenting or with school, we learn how to rearrange our life differently. Start looking life through a different perspective. Like, I'm not a child anymore. I think me being here and still learning my process, I've come a long way. And I think what you guys help us realize is, with this second chance, that I can be a mom. I can have the confidence as a woman to be strong and forgive my past. With everything you guys instill in us, we can instill it in our children to build a beautiful foundation. I want my actions to show what I've been taught, how this opportunity has blessed me to change, not into a better person, but a new me.